Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome back. All that. It might not be morning for you guys, but it is here. I just woke up very recently, and I thought, it's about time I did another Minecraft video. It's been a couple of days. And what I want to do this episode. Sorry, I'm a little bit. There. It's so hot still. I can't think. What I want to do this episode is go and find a cat, because it still hasn't happened. Obviously, the jungle we tried twice is not working. It may not have any cats in it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... that's right, I need to get some stuff. I'm going to make a compass. And then... I need one of them. I need one of them. And then I can follow the compass, or probably go directly away from the compass, compass point or whatever. And then I can use it to find my way back. Sounds like a good plan to me, I reckon. Right. I'm going to stick this one level I've got onto my sword, because I might get sharpness. Okay. Actually, no, I'm going to stick my one level on this sword. There it is. Knockback 1. Okay, so if I get in trouble, I can use that sword. I didn't enchant the diamond one because maybe I can like stick 50 levels on that and get something really cool, which will last for a long time. Right, so we've got that. Oh, I also want to get my fishing rod, because I don't know for sure if that's going to be enough. If 2 fish is going to be enough. So I've got these. I think I need another axe as well. I've just put the iron back, haven't I? I'm so disorganized. Right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Right. Are we ready to go, do you think? Double check. A little bit more food and then we're ready to go. I really doubt I'm going to need much more food, but, well, paranoia is a good thing in Ultra Hardcore. Right, off to the surface, I say. Right. So the reason you haven't seen a video in a couple of days is, well, okay, I found another game. I'm not cheating on Minecraft, I'm not, but I found another game, and it just makes me happy. It's Project Zomboid, I think. Project Zomboid. I'll be putting a link in the description. I got it because I saw Pause Unpause playing it. Shut up. And it's actually really fun. Right, we're going to take our bed with us. Where's my door? Well, we have no door. Fine. Should we put another door here? I think we probably should. Get out of here. Ba-ba. Ding 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 ding. Up. Also using the wrong axe. Swap you guys around. Okay. Let me get the bed on our hotbar. Okay, so we've got the compass, which is pointing that way, which presumably is spawn. Did I see any jungles we're going to spawn? It's also pointing that way, which is towards the... It's pointing away from the other jungles. Okay, we're going to go through the other jungles just in case. And basically we're going to just head away from the compass direction for a while, and then when we want to get back, we will simply head back to the compass direction. This is a little bit risky, because with my sense of direction, there's no guarantee we will get back. Hello, pig. We're gonna use a bed. No, we're not. We're gonna use a boat. Begins with a B. Ends with a... Never mind. No, that's not how you do it. I know what I'm doing, guys, honest. Right, so we are going to go in that direction. Yep. Okay, so what we're doing this. Project Zomboid, yes. It's 2D, well, it's isometric top-down view, and you can't rotate the view, so I call it 2D. And it's slow zombies, which is novel for a modern game. And it's, despite being 2D and isometric and all this and having slightly retro graphics, it's actually quite terrifying to play because you don't really get guns. You can get a gun, but if you fire it, it'll be loud enough that pretty much the whole town, well, not the whole town, but an area quite wide around you, zombies will hear it and come towards the sound. So if you fire it anywhere near your safe house, the next time you wake up, you're going to be completely surrounded. But they've thought of so much when making the game. It's just fantastic. Like, for example, you can find bed sheets in wardrobes, and then you can drape them over windows to make temporary curtains, which will stop zombies from seeing into the house and knowing there are people in there. I don't know if having a light on is enough to make them want to investigate the house, but let's assume that it does, in which case having those bed sheets stops the zombies from investigating when you have your lights turned on, assuming that the local power station hasn't yet given up and stopped working, which does happen after a while. And it's just really fun. There's no way to win. Basically, the whole point is to avoid losing for as long as you can. Is this loading slow? No, there's just no land ahead of me. Okay. But I've played it through like maybe 10 times already, and I've only had it for 2 days. So it's, yeah, in my books that makes it a good game. We're gonna go around this. We're not gonna go around. Oh, hold on. Maybe we can go around this. Wow, pretty. I don't know how people in videos I've seen look at stuff as they go past and they don't change their direction much. Huh. Because the strafe keys don't seem to work properly for me in boats. A nice place. Oh, Enderman, all on his own, under the overhang. How nice. Oh, I'm now heading in the wrong direction. I want to head in this direction. Still heading away from the compass pointer. Let's hope I don't hit a squid and break my boat. Ooh, another island. Oh, sorry guys, not trying to yawn in your ear. Sorry. Like I said, I did just wake up just before recording. But I've got no excuse for yawning. I had loads of sleep. Yesterday we went out in the boiling hot sun and we had a picnic. This we is my family and me. My family and I, sorry. And we had this picnic. We went to what is called the chalk pit. Now it used to be a chalk quarry. But they dug it so deep that they then hit the clay underneath the chalk, and so they stopped digging. And so now there's this giant hole in the land as such, and you can come into it from the side effectively. And it's right next to the second largest town on my island. And yet, when you're in there, the chalk, the cliffs on all sides of you, they are chalk, but they're mostly covered in grass. The cliffs on all sides of you completely block sound. Why are we heading the wrong way? I must be slightly off center. They completely block sound. So even though you are within about 50 meters of a road, quite a busy one, it's completely silent there, and you can just hear birds singing in the trees nearby and this kind of stuff, and it's gorgeous. And most people don't know it's there. Some kids do, who are usually there when we go there, but they're well enough behaved. And it's just such a nice place. So we went there to eat. I'm on a silly diet at the moment where I can't have carbohydrates. It seems to be working for me, but it meant that I couldn't eat what the rest of the family was eating, so I had to make myself something before heading out, but it was still very nice. Because obviously they were having picnic food, which is usually various fillings in bread rolls. That's not picnic. That's we call it kit form lunch, where we just buy all the ingredients for a lunch we can make while out and about, which is rolls and sliced meats, cheeses, this kind of stuff. And I can't have that because I can't have bread, which is a really strange thing to cut out of your diet. It really helps me. I am losing weight, which is good. At least I'm pretty sure I am. I certainly feel like I am. I haven't actually been weighing myself because I don't agree with scales. They hate me. Um, but I've had to cut out bread and potato, which are two staple things. If you're making a meal, you're going to have bread or you're going to have potato in some form in it. I've also had to cut out pasta, which is the third thing. If you're making a meal, you usually go, oh, I can have a sandwich with something in it. So then bread is the basis, and then you have some exciting filler. Or you can say, oh, I could have something in chips. That's fries for you American people. And again, you've basically said, okay, I'm going to have potato and something exciting with it. Or you can have, pasta and some tasty, tasty sauce. Which, again, pasta's the basis and something exciting with it. So I've had to cut out the basis of all my meals. And it's forced me to be very inventive. What I have learned, though, is that if you have a frying pan and a little bit of vegetable oil, anything can be fried. Anything. And this is not, chip shop frying. This is stir frying, which is thankfully not adding a whole bunch of fat. Oh, we're going to hit land. I was talking so much I wasn't actually paying attention to what was around me. I may have gone past some jungles, but I don't think so. Line us up. So yeah, train of thoughts. Where are you? But so I've had to be inventive. I've found that basically what you can do. First off, if you have limited dietary options, you learn to like a lot more foods. I never used to like mushrooms. Now I do. Because they're one of the things they can have, and they've got quite a strong taste which will add to anything you add them with. So, for example, one of my meals when I just want something which I can make really quick is mushrooms in the frying pan until they go a little bit brown, then add an egg and some cheese, and then you just keep on mixing it around until it's basically all scrambled together. And it's really nice. For some reason, the mushrooms just kind of flavour everything else in a really nice way, even though I never used to like mushrooms. Uh-oh, sunset. I'm starting to think this journey might have been a bad idea. Haha. Right. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to have trouble finding my way back. That might even be in a separate episode because we're halfway through this one, aren't we? Almost. Right. Think. I forget exactly what I was trying to say. My list for this episode was find cat, talk about Project Zomboid, and that's all I've got. That is genuinely this entire episode's list, and that's terrible. But I hadn't thought of stuff, and I realised it had been so long since I last did an episode that I thought, no, I really have to just get online and do it. I didn't want to leave it any more days because apparently last time I left it for 5-6 days, something like that. My sister's friend, who she works with, friend? I don't know. The guy that my sister works with, who watches my videos, said that he thought I'd died. Yeah, thanks, mate. So yeah, I need to make sure I keep getting these out quite often. It's very odd to have, like the responsibility to do videos, because in some ways it feels like a job that I really enjoy, but in other ways I know it's not, because if I go to a future employer and they say, so what have you been doing since your last employment, I can't say making YouTube videos. Well, I can, but they won't think, oh, that's like a job. They'll think, what a nerd. So that's not necessarily a good thing, but it is taking quite a bit of my time. It's requiring me to pay attention to a degree to deadlines. They are very flexible deadlines, but they are deadlines. Perhaps they are just sick lines, I don't know. Ew, never mind. Pretty stars. Think. But yeah, I'm actually really dreading that question next time I try and get a job. You know, what have you been doing since your last job? It's well, not much. I've spent a bunch of time learning some new programming languages on my own, but I've got no proof. I've spent loads of time doing these YouTube videos, but you won't want to sit through them all, Mr. Employer, or Mrs. And it's just, yeah, it's been a while. Then again, the kind of job I want to get, I don't think is likely to ask that too much, or care too much about the answer anyway. Previously, I was employed as a programmer, but unfortunately, that was quite a whoa! You're in the way, Squid. I'm just gonna push through. Bonk. Okay. Previously, I was employed as a programmer, but unfortunately, that was quite an unpleasant experience. So I'm not going to go for that again. I do want to become a programmer professionally eventually, but I'm going to do it through the wonderful direction of self-employment. I have plans with that, but I'm not going to be saying them online because they're the kind of plans that if someone else knows about them, they could probably do it a lot quicker than me, and then I wouldn't be able to do it myself. I know most people say don't bother keeping business plans secret because no one's actually going to steal them, but yeah, I still want to keep it secret, to be honest. I've told many of my friends, but they don't seem to care too much, so it's okay. But yeah, I would love to become self-employed, working from home as long as I've got the discipline for it, doing programming like that, and being able to have a bit of creative freedom, because at my last job, even the way we wrote certain bits of the program had to be done a very specific way, and it wasn't the best way, in my opinion. It was slower than some other ways, and often less readable to me, but I assume it must have been more readable to my boss, otherwise he wouldn't have required it. So yeah, I don't want to go back to a job where I have to do things that grate against me so well. It really made me unhappy, and to be honest, being unemployed has made me a lot happier, so that's good. This is a big ocean. Oh wow, I can use my sprint key to sprint in a boat. I somehow doubt that makes me move any quicker though. No, it doesn't. So yes, I opened this up this because why did I open up this? I don't know. Why am I in light level 15? That's ridiculous. It's nighttime. It should be light level 4 or something. Oh well. Okay. Right. Oh yikes! It's been almost 20 minutes. I think I started my timer too soon before I finally hit the record button and started talking. So my timer at the moment says 20 minutes. I'm going to assume that is, let's say, 3 minutes fast. So we'll assume that this video at this point is about 17 minutes long, roughly. Because you guys are no doubt listening to me say that and then looking down, seeing the actual time, and then either thinking, that's close enough, or you're thinking, what an idiot, he can't even tell the time. Wait, I don't have a clock. Well, I do have a clock, but I don't pay enough attention to exactly when I start talking. And whoa, oh, it's an Enderman. I thought it was a guy dressed in black. I was like, why is there someone in my world? Herobrine. No. Okay, this is not helping. Still no jungle. Yeah, this is maybe not the best way to find a jungle. Thinking about it. Oh, he's a lonely zombie on his little island. It's okay. It's okay. When the sun comes out, you won't be lonely anymore. Right. And I'm so mean to zombies. I'm sorry. Any of you zombie lovers out there, I'm really sorry. It's from playing Project Zomboid. Different kind of zombie, obviously, but they are mean. They're really mean. If they notice you, then they just... It's a really good game, though. You have to... I'm talking about Project Zomboid again here. You have to find food from other houses or from shops and such. which will go off after a while. You can keep stuff in the fridge to make it last a little bit longer, but again, won't last forever. Tinned foods and such will, as far as I know. And it's just such a good game. I hate though that you have this perfect safe house. You've got boarded up windows all over the place. All the doors are very heavily secured with something heavy behind them, so they can't be opened. And yet you're sitting inside this house, and then you run out of food, and so you have to go outside. And of course, you haven't been outside in a long time, so you don't know what's going on out there. You step outside your door, and there's a zombie horde just looking like they're all waiting for you. Just this 50, 60 zombies just start shambling towards you, and like, oh man. And so, you have to run. And you don't know quite where you're going, because most of the places near you, you've already looted for food. So you have to explore, try and remember how to get back to your safe house. Or, if you get completely cut off from your safe house by the zombie hordes, you have to build a new one. Okay, this has been a day and a night's travel so far. Actually, I don't know what time it was when I set out, so maybe not a day and a night's travel. But wait, that makes it a whole episode. That's ridiculous. No, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Okay, guys. Since you don't want an episode of nothing happening and just me talking, you really don't want that. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm going to cut the recording here and take you guys to something interesting. Okay? Okay. I'll see you guys in a bit. My friend, I write these words on a scrap of paper that I found on the floor of my boat, in the hope that someday, somehow, these words will reach your ears and you shall know what became of me. I was a fool. I believed myself wiser than Lady Nature, stronger than Lord Neptune, able to defeat the ocean itself. I was wrong. I have been at sea for longer than I care to admit, and still I have found nowhere to make my home. I found an island today. It loomed out of the rain like a great whale, thinking it could swim in the wetness above as it does in the wetness below. I am ashamed to admit that I allowed my hopes to rise at the sight of it, to believe that I may have found a place to stop and leave this wretched ocean behind me. I pulled my cloak close against the rising wind as I surveyed the landscape, but there was nothing here. Even the few trees that inhabited the land had separated themselves rather than have company. I know how they feel. Daniel says we shouldn't have set out on this journey. He may be right. The other day he mentioned that he has started to hallucinate, that his loneliness on this trip has forced him to invent a companion with which to share his travels. This worries me. If he is hallucinating companions, might he hallucinate other, more dangerous things? I saw another island today. Its inhabitants didn't look friendly. They stared at me, as if I was the ghost, as if I was the one who should have chosen to turn back days ago. Don't look at me, look at Daniel, the crazy one on this boat. Look at yourselves. Why don't you turn around and go back where you came from and leave me in peace? They didn't respond, so I gave their island a wide berth and continued on, more certain than before that I am doing the right thing. Another island! My mood is lifted, for Daniel is no longer with me. I clamber out of my boat and accidentally kick it away from the shore, but no matter. This island will be my destination, I know it. But it is not to be. The inhabitants of this island are less friendly even than the last. They chased me off their land. but I slashed my hatred into the heart of the one who so insulted me. This island is not right for me. I see that now. I shall continue on. I see another island, but I ignore it, for I cannot know if it is real. Daniel hallucinated fields beneath the boat and stepped out into the waves, but I do not miss him. He had begun to claim that he was hallucinating me, that I was merely his mind grasping for comfort, and that he was alone on the boat. How dare he insult my existence? I shall not be allowing him back onto my boat, even if he survives the ocean. I have no need of him on my journey. I am strong. I am strong. I made a new companion today, Jacob. He swam alongside my boat for a time and we talked of home. I am glad that I had such companionship on this journey. Who knows what would have happened to my sanity had I undertaken it alone? I have found a new home. It is not the destination I intended, but somehow it calls to me, asks me to stay. The people here are different to how I remember people being. They seem somehow distant, disconnected from the war raging just meters away inside their visitor's head. They do not mind me. They give me the occasional curious glance, but they tolerate me, and so I shall stay. For a time. There is one here, Maria, who understands me. She knows of how the ocean calls to me, and she helps me ignore it. I must ignore it, or I shall find myself afloat again, watching the waves of my sanity getting crushed beneath the keel of my boat.